Gully Bop's love is a love beyond intercourse and pleasure. It's a divine love. It's a love that will last on forever. It's unconditional, and it's my dream to be with him someday, to be his wife, to be his strength, to be his everything. Neko happens to be my ex-fiance, Gully Bop, and I was inspired to sing the song in regards to our broken relationship. And I wrote the song about 2-3 years ago, when things fell apart. Well, I actually chose this time because of another bad relationship, and it just caused me to miss Gully Bop because, we have had certain bad occurrences in our lives, but there are certain things that he wouldn't have done to me or wouldn't have said to me, and I really, really miss him. I especially like being in Jamaica and feeling sick, being that I'm not able to get my medications, as I recently had bariatric surgery. Bob would have taken care of me. He would have nursed me. He would have got me everything I need. And the person that I've been seeing, haven't been catering to my needs. And so I miss him so much. And so I decided the next day, after a certain incident in Montego Bay, that left me feeling like my life was endangered. Following day, I decided to put out the song. It's my way of crying out for Gully Bop. The song is not a typical song, as it wasn't a typical relationship. I was his manager. He was my mentor. We both fell in love, but we both had egos. So it's like, being influenced by the world. On my hand, people are thinking that he's not good enough for me, and on his hand, people are considering the fact that he have already made a name for himself, so they feel like I'm itching on just for the ride, just for the fame. So it was very complicated. Well, I use the name Neko to hide behind the truth, because people started to sound frustrated hearing me talking about Gully Bop all the time. So they would be like, stop calling his name, move on with your life. And I believe that I needed time to process everything and to be healed. And so the name was really to hide the fact that I was still hurting over our relationship that I consider to be sacred. But the world saw it as a relationship that just should be forgotten. There's a part of me that will forever love him, because as time goes by, even then, I realized he was greatly influenced, greatly. For example, when Bob left, he was told that I was about to arrest him for molesting my children, so he ran for his life. And I never, ever made such statement or considered ever doing such thing. But in being new in America, there were a lot of people in Brooklyn just grabbing for him, grabbing to be a part of his entourage. And they felt like I was too strong to get past me, so they had to get me out the way. And that's exactly what happened before his career took a dive. I think I carried a lot of pain from past relationships into our relationship. I screamed. Honestly, I think I had a nervous breakdown for over a year, but didn't really admit it. Because looking back at those videos, I'm like, who is that person? Something went wrong. And it was then and there that I decided to search back for Venice, to find her back. I did therapy sessions. I took certain over-the-counter medications, starting taking care of my body and just talking about my pain. And I'm not there, but I'm 85% back to the girl that I knew before Gully Bob. The only time that I was ever truly happy in my life was when I was with you. And in my mind, I'm always, with you. When I step out, I still feel like I represent you, and I pray for the day when we will be back together